Check. All right, we're here. Y'all see Trump. All right, listen to this.
See, they're the threat. This is the one that weaponized, not me. She weaponized. I probably took a bullet to the head because of the things that they say about me. They talk about democracy. I'm a threat to democracy.
They call Trump Hitler.
They're the threat to democracy with a fake Russia.
They lied about this. Hillary Clinton just created that whole Russia hoax that a lot of Democrats still believe in. But if you actually just looked up a little bit of it, she just made it up. She funded it. They created a story. There was nothing there. And they tried to create this story to push that Donald Trump was involved with some Russian oligarchs, whatever. If y'all have another situation, then bring that forward. The one that was made super popular, that was pushed when he was going against Hillary, she made up. So look at that. I want you to take a look at that. Obviously, before there was a second assassination attempt. And I don't know if people are realizing there's been 2 assassination attempts on the former president who's currently running for president in the last, 60 days? And people are just kind of waking up like it's business as usual. Maybe we've just been so conditioned to accept the craziness that this is just what happens. All right, so I want y'all to take a look at this. So this is what came out. This is what MSNBC put out after Trump was, and I gotta laugh at it. Y'all will see.
Because he's gonna.
This is what they put out after the assassination attempt yesterday. This is what they put out. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about this. And Maya wrote, "We are too desensitized." I agree. Take a listen to this.
Yeah. Do you expect there to be calls from within the Trump campaign to do that? Because he's going to reach out to his supporters and say, let's take this down. We do not know, again, the source of any gunshot or gunshots. We don't know who's responsible for this. The whole thing has yet to be 100% confirmed from start to finish how this all played out. But do you expect to hear anything from the Trump campaign about toning down the rhetoric, toning down the violence, or would that be atypical of the former president?
Well, Alex, remember.
First off, everybody there's 17,000 people in here. Like the video, like. I usually wait to the end when y'all on your way out. Like. At least 17 likes, please. All right. I'm gonna play I'm gonna play that part again because I don't know if y'all heard it correctly. Are they insinuating that Donald Trump's rhetoric is what's causing him to be shot, but totally disregarding the rhetoric that MSNBC in particular has made towards him, referencing him towards Hitler and all these other things? They are trying to act as if it's Donald Trump's rhetoric that is causing him to have assassination attempts. Did y'all peep that? Please take a listen again, please.
Yeah. Do you expect there to be calls from within the Trump campaign to do that? Because he's going to reach out to his supporters and say, let's take this down. We do not know, again, the source of any gunshot or gunshots. We don't know who's responsible for this. The whole thing has yet to be 100% confirmed from start to finish how this all played out. But do you expect to hear anything from the Trump campaign about toning down the rhetoric, toning down the violence, or would that be atypical of the former president?
This is crazy.
Well, Alex, remember back to the assassination attempt on President Trump's life and how, there was talk of a new tone, and then the Republican convention was, by Trumpian standards, muted. And it did seem like he was, just trying to take it down a few notches. But then by the end of his convention speech, we were kind of back to where we started. So I don't know how long this could, this moment of unity for the country where we come together and we say, I don't want any political opposition to be under threat of violence. It's not okay, any threat of violence, we don't want. I would love for us to have a unity type moment, but I think it's probably going to be pretty fleeting, as we've seen in the past.
So it's on the person who got shot to say kumbaya type of things without even addressing what your network and your side of the gangs is pushing and promoting. But maybe we need a reminder. I think we need a reminder. I think we need a reminder on the things that have been said that encourage or incite political violence. So let's
be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest.
Let's take a look at this.
I just don't even know why there aren't
I think we need a reminder, because apparently the Democrats are accepting no responsibility in this type of thing, but they, instead of just, as you just heard, instead of just being objective, they're actually insinuating that Donald Trump, they're calling for Donald Trump to change his violent rhetoric after he gets shot at for the second time. Or there's a second assassination attempt, because I don't think that the guy yesterday actually, I think that the gunshots that were heard were actually them seeing the guy and shooting at the guy, and then him running. But this is insane. This is insane. Do they really just think that we're just going to believe in it? And the answer is yes, because a lot of us, the majority of us, will believe in it. Because as Maya pointed out, football was on yesterday. They're not tripping. They probably planned that and said, yo, let's do it on Sunday. We could do it during, the time where the such and such Patrick Mahomes is playing. Whatever. I'm just joking, but listen.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
There needs to be unrest in the streets.
Hold on one second. I think we got one. Clifford, come on down. All right. So Clifford wrote, name another candidate that is talking about deporting people. So Clifford, I'm going to assume that you're talking about Donald Trump. So listen, y'all are seeing in real time. This person, Clifford, and shout out to Clifford. I'm glad that you're here. This person, Clifford, just came on the show and decided to write, as we're talking about the reasons why Donald Trump is being targeted, the reason why he has an assassination attempt, Clifford decided to jump on and say that, name another candidate that is talking about deporting people, as if deporting people is a reason why we should be okay with our American president being shot. As if deporting people who come here illegally, because we clearly have a border crisis. So he's talking about deporting people because we've had people come here and cause a crisis of illegal migrants coming into the country, either illegal or people that were given passes by the Democrats that we know damn well cause issues in our country. So now, because Trump is calling for deporting these people, which we all identify, even Democrats, Clifford, identify that we have a border crisis. Even Democrats identify that now. Even Democrats, even mayors and governors are saying, hey, there's too many of these people coming in. We got to figure out a way. So the Democrats are even acknowledging that this is a problem. And you decide to, once again, just like the other Democratic pundits and everybody else, to point the finger at Trump causing this type of situation because he's talking about deporting people. Well, Clifford, isn't the other side, you're saying that the Trump is a cult. They're all cults. Clifford, open your eyes. The Democrats, the Republicans, they're all cults. Big Pharma, cult. Food and Drug Administration, cult. This is all the same. The Haitians came here when Trump was in office, 2018. Clifford, in case you're not understanding, these people have come here in high numbers in the last 3 years. And it's not just Venezuelans and Mexicans coming into the southern border. So you trying to act as if all Haitians came here in 2018. I'm not sure what point that you're trying to make. We have a border crisis. So you're going to talk about the Haitians, but not talk about everything else that's going on at the border, where these little girls are being abducted, where these little girls, do you know that when they come in to the border illegally, that if you're under 14, they don't even get information on the kids. So they don't even get information on the kids. These people are coming in, and maybe I'll show you a video that describes how the people that are coming in, because Fresh and Fit actually did a great interview. I don't typically watch them, but they had somebody that was working at the border describe the situations that actually happened, where they have kids, all these kids that are just disappearing and stuff, one of the worst things about the border is that kids under 14, they're not even, they don't even take their information. They don't mouth swab them. They don't do fingerprints. They don't do any of these things. So therefore, these kids just pretty much disappear into society. And what do we think's really happening about them? Come on, bro. Let's actually, but Clifford said that name another candidate that is talking about deporting people. Clifford, that's the problem. The Democrats are not talking about deporting people. What are you supposed to do to people who come in illegally? You know that's a crime. Crossing the border illegally is a crime. And here you have, once again, these super liberal Democrats. I'm going to assume that you're a super liberal, Clifford. Of course, you'll probably say that you're independent or moderate. We get it. That's what everybody says. But you have people that are now, you're mad at Trump for trying to deport people that came here illegally. Think about that. You're justifying your American president, your former American president. You're justifying him being shot at twice because he's talking about deporting people who have come here illegally. Think about where our minds are, America. Think about that. Let's hold on. Let's move on. Maybe Clifford will see this video and change his mind. But I'm glad that you expressed those thoughts. Thank you.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick them.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Now, of course, Clifford will see that video like a bunch of other Democrats and liberals and have nothing to say about it. But see, Clifford, this is the difference between you and I. Y'all remember maybe like a month or two ago when I put up the Republican that was making, he made a statement saying that if Kamala Harris wins, that we go to civil war. And he was pointing at the biker gang. And I said how disgusting that was. That's calling out the Republicans. Now, you watched that entire clip, Clifford, and you haven't said anything. You just wrote a comment saying Trump once said that he could shoot anybody and get away with it in Times Square. Yeah, he joked about that. Cool. Shouldn't have said that. Do you have anything to say about this clip, though, Clifford? Or are we just going to act as if that we didn't see that? Was your service off, or did you not see the video? Because it's so funny how you can call out Trump for saying he's deporting people who came here illegally, but then you see that video and now you're silent. Now you're silent. But that's what happens. That's what happens. And just in case y'all didn't know, Clifford is not really Clifford. Clifford's a friend of mine that I asked to come on the show and to act as if you know, to disguise himself as a super white liberal, like a ultra white male liberal, and you know, supporter of the LGBTQ, all this other stuff. That's what I brought him on here for. So that's just thanks, Clifford. Let me text Clifford and say we're good. All right, we're good, Clifford. All right, we're good. We're good. I'm just joking. Y'all know I be joking around. Shout out to Clifford for tapping in. Shout out to Clifford for tapping in, but don't run, Cliff. Don't run, Cliff. Answer the question. You ain't got nothing to say about that last video? Come on now. All right, let's All right, so we showed that one. I got a couple other videos to show y'all regarding this situation. So at what point? So my question is this: at what point? Oh, here he is, and been saying it for the last 8 years. All right, Clifford. All right, Clifford don't have anything to say about the video, so I'm gonna, if it's okay, Clifford, I'm gonna get back to the show. Please still continue to comment, though. You can go back and forth. We'll go back and forth. We'll highlight, you know, your comments as well. Why is Trump? Why are they trying to destroy Trump? Why are they trying to make it so he can't run?